All right, hey there, y'all. How you guys doing today? Today I'm working an 11 to 6 mid shift, and so far it doesn't seem like it's going to be too busy. Good thing I brought my homework with me. I have several chapters to read for my forensic psychology class. And then I have a quiz as well as a discussion forum to do for them for that same class tomorrow. But yeah, today I just helped out two people on diesel so far. Nothing too difficult there. The pump number 12, one of our diesel pumps, is still the card reader is still broken, and so we're trying to fix that. And so everyone's having to prepay. And of course, people don't like that either, so we get a lot of drive offs on that one now. Not drive offs as in we lose money, though. It's just as in people pull up and then pull away immediately. Yeah, but that's about it. That's probably what I expect today. Is probably just more of the saga of prepaying cash inside, as well as just even having the prepay card inside for one of our diesel pumps. Because we're actually pretty popular for our diesel, just because you can pump it yourself, but we'll also pump it for you. Because we'll do that, there's a lot of people that also don't want to pump their diesel, and so they want us to do that for them. But yeah, I'll just keep you all posted about the events throughout the day. And so this guy just got out of his car. He's an Asian man, and I actually am not sure if he speaks English. And I asked him what I can do for him. I was like, "Hey there, what can I do for you?" And he just looked at me for a second, and then he just ran inside, and he was looking at the pump. I don't know if he thinks he's going to be able to pump it himself, but I'm about to tell him that he cannot do that himself. I'll keep you posted on what happens with this. Okay, so quick update on that Asian gentleman. I was correct. He pretty much did not speak any English. He literally pretty much could only say, "Sorry, I don't speak English." And so it was really hard to communicate with him. But anyway, he went inside and he prepaid, and so he definitely wasn't used to people pumping his gas for him either. And I think that threw him off a bit, and so I pumped it for him, and it didn't quite take the amount that he prepaid. And then he tipped me $2 anyway, and he didn't want his change, so I got like an extra like $1.64, so I got like almost $4 out of this guy, and and I treated him nice and everything. Of course, I typically try to anyway. It was just odd when he ran off. Apparently, he had to go use the bathroom, is what my coworker said. And so that was just a funny experience. But I mean, hey, it ended up making me like $4 richer, so it was worth it. So I have yet to eat a damn thing today. I've got some caffeine running through my body, but I don't have any food in my belly. But luckily, my girlfriend is hopefully on her way very soon with some steak, sauteed Brussels sprouts, and some delicious homemade mac and cheese that's gluten free. I'm pretty fucking pumped. Yeah, but I mean, I'm excited because nothing else has been going on. It's a pretty slow day, so I've just been reading, and there's just been a couple people annoyed about prepaying, but nothing too memorable. And it's just been a pretty run-of-the-mill day, just me and a cashier here alone. But yeah, nice and slow, getting lots of work done. Just waiting for that food to get here, because damn, I'm starving. Hello? Hello? This is an SOS message. I have no food. My girlfriend still hasn't brought me food. She texted me like half an hour ago and said she was just finishing up the Brussels sprouts and she was going to bring it up here real soon. And it's only about a 15-minute drive. So I thought that she'd be here by now. I mean, I know that she might be here in a couple minutes, but I don't know. She kind of has a habit of being a little slow sometimes. I've given her the nickname Miss Molasses. I'm sure you can infer what that means. Yeah, so I'm still waiting on her, but god damn, as soon as I get that food, I'll let you know, because I've just been thinking about it. I've been up since 8 or 9 o'clock, something like that. And it's, I think, like, past 1 o'clock now, maybe even close to 2 o'clock, not entirely sure about that. But yeah, so I've been out here without food for a while, but at least it hasn't been too busy, so hasn't run me too ragged quite yet. But yeah, we'll see if my belly's full next time. Okay, so something amazing just happened to me. So I typically will go and inspect the trash cans because I need to empty them anyway whenever they're full, obviously. But I go inspect the trash cans to find bottles because there's a 10-cent deposit here in Oregon, and so I can make quite a bit of money off of collecting the bottles because there's 12 trash cans out here, and I'm able to get quite a few on certain days. I mean, some people just will bring in bags full of cans and throw them away. So I can make quite a hefty sum between cans and tips every week. Anyway, though, I was just checking through the trash, and guess what I found in the trash? And I've never found this in the trash before. I just found $2 in the trash, just literally two $1 bills. And they're totally fine. They're not ripped up or wet or anything like or disgusting. They're just $2 bills. And so I picked it up, and so hey, that brings me to like $6 a day or something around that. Like that's pretty great. So I was pretty happy to find that, and it definitely is going to make me want to keep looking in the trash. I don't know how someone accidentally threw away $2, but it benefits me in the end. And we only have to try to search for the owner of the cash if it's over $10 legally. So if I find $2 out here in the trash, especially at a gas station, a freeway gas station, where a lot of people, like we do have regulars, but a lot of people come in once and you don't ever see them again. So it's kind of hit or miss with that sometimes. Even though it did take quite a while for her to get food to me, I do appreciate that she took the time to do that, especially since she had to go to work and she dropped it off on the way there. But I'm especially grateful because she she definitely cooked that steak a lot better than I cooked it last time. So it was pretty good, and the Brussels sprouts were good, and maybe a little too much mac and cheese, so I haven't quite finished that, but I think I'm done eating for now. I literally got interrupted like 3 or 4 times at least while I was eating, so it actually took me quite a while to finish eating by the time I actually got the food, because I don't have any set breaks, and especially since it's only me and one other cashier right now, that fell upon me to do that. So essentially a car pulled up in the middle of me talking about my lunch experience and all that, and she wanted to fill on premium, and so of course I oblige, right? I swipe the card, I ask if she wants a receipt, all that, it all goes through. And I go to hand her card back. I'm like, all right, there you go. And I'm like, there's that back for you. She's like, oh, thank you very much. And then I walk back around to the other side of the car, and I'm pull the handle off, and then she just fucking drives away. And she literally almost left. Like she drove away, and she was gonna turn right out of the parking lot, and I just put my arms up, and I was like what's going on? Like I tried moving to a spot where she'd see me before she left, and then she because I hadn't closed her gas cap or anything, so her gas cap and the door to the gas cap were totally open. So even though I was perfectly aware it wasn't my fault, I felt really bad because her gas cap was off and her gas cap door was open, and so I tried waving her down and tried to get her to come back, and she did eventually come back, and she backed up right to the exact spot where she thought she was going to be able to do it, and I just told her we had to run the card again because I had already hung her up, and she was like, oh my god, I'm such a turd, you just gave me my card back, and I'm just so distracted. It was certainly one of the most bafflingly idiotic things I'd ever seen, even while working here. I'd never seen someone allow me to swipe their card, input the amount of gas they want, and then fucking drive off before even getting any of the gas. Like, literally, if I had wanted to, my car takes premium, she wanted premium, I could have easily just pulled my car over and gave myself some gas from her card if I had wanted to, but obviously I wouldn't have never done that. Plus that would reflect badly on me. I mean, I could easily get fired for that. I would never do something like that. But regardless, I'm just glad that she backed up, but of course it didn't matter that she backed up to the same pump that she pulled away from because I'd already hung it up, so that we had to re-enter the card and all that, and she definitely was very embarrassed about it. But at the same time, I mean, how distracted do you have to be to drive away when I'm about to give you your gas? Like, I haven't even given you the gas yet. You just pulled up. Like, I mean, she wasn't on the phone or anything. Like, I don't know. It's amazing. It just fucking amazes me. So I just had an interesting chat with a gentleman from Illinois, which the thing that confused me the most actually about the conversation was the fact that he was in a truck with a California license plate, and he said he was from Illinois. And you know he's from Illinois because he says Illinois. Anyway, he asked me if it's always this green in Oregon. The grass is really, really green right now. And he's like, I mean, it's January and it's so green out here. And I was like, yep, it rains quite a bit in Oregon. I think it's like 7 to 8 months out of the 12 a year. So it rains pretty heavily, and especially lately it's been raining really heavily, and I told him that, and especially since right where I live, where he was getting gas, we're in the Willamette Valley, and so it's where all the water pools, and it's like probably the greenest part of the state. And I joked to him about, like, I don't know why we're not called the Evergreen State when Washington is, but at the same time, Washington's completely green. Oregon, like half of Oregon is like practically a desert, and I made sure to point that out to him because I was like, it's not green everywhere, man. I was like, north and south of here, it's pretty green, yeah, and obviously east of here. Not east of here, my God, west of here. Eastern Oregon is dry, western Oregon is wet. And then west of here because of the coast as well. So we have the coast on this side, but the problem is we almost have like a rain, what's called a rain shadow desert because of the Cascadia Mountains that block off actually clouds from the ocean, and so it actually makes it way wetter here on the western side of Oregon, whereas it's actually really dry and desert-like on the eastern side. And I was explaining that to him, and he was fascinated by it. But I mean, I have no idea what Illinois looks like, so Illinois just must not be very green. And that fascinated me because I'd never heard anyone ask me something like that or mention anything like that. It was very intriguing, but at the same time, it's kind of one of the things that can be pretty great about out-of-staters. So there's that. All right, y'all. I think that's gonna be it for today. I'm heading out in a couple minutes. It honestly was a pretty slow day, and it only got slower because one of my coworkers came in an hour before my shift was over, so I had an extra person out here to help out with the pumps, so it made this last hour go by a lot quicker. The only thing, I guess the only other noteworthy thing is that someone did get pulled over by the police. They came and parked in our parking lot off to the side of the pumps. Of course, me and my friend put it on our Snapchat stories, of course. But yeah, no, so we watched that go down. He just talked to the guy forever. No one got arrested. I mean, they drove off separately. Probably just gave the guy a warning or a ticket. Don't really know what happened because I didn't think he was speeding, but I mean, who knows? I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, though, it was it was pretty great to see because that's the first time I've had someone get pulled over in this parking lot. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.